Of the 953 police generals and colonels in the country, 904 have already submitted their courtesy resignations as the government tries to rid the ranks of the Philippine National Police of ties with illegal drug trade. To tell us more, here's Beatrice Pinlac reporting live. Babe?
Neil Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. said the total number to date is 95% of the PNP's top cops. Meanwhile, PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo said that the 904 consists of 774 colonels and 130 generals. Previous records of the PNP showed that the institution has a total of 956 full police generals and colonels. But Fajardo clarified that this number decreased after three of them retired over the past days. With this, the PNP is still expecting 49 of its high ranking officers to turn in their courtesy resignations until January 31. Abalos said the percentage of senior police officers allegedly linked to illegal drugs is just hovering around 3 to 4% of the total. He noted, however, that this information is still subject to the vetting of the five-man panel and the National Police Commission. To recall, Neil, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said his administration had long been planning this move in line with its recalibrated campaign against illegal drugs. A five-man committee, which includes retired police general and Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong, has been formed to evaluate the PNP officials who have submitted their courtesy resignations and to go after those who are found to be involved in the illegal drug trade. Apollo said the findings of the review body will be turned over to the NAPOLCOM to add another layer in the evaluation of the top ranking PNP officers before it is forwarded to Marcos for the necessary action. Back to you, Neil.
Mhm. Bay, during the Duterte administration, we had the controversial Oplan Tokhang, which resulted in thousands of deaths. So the policy was supposedly there or placed to eradicate illegal drug trade here in the country. But here we are asking high-ranking police officials to resign due to fears that high-ranking officials may be linked or may be in contact already with the drug syndicate. So does that mean that the campaign against illegal drugs during the previous administration failed? So what were the loss of lives for during that bloody campaign? So what does Secretary Abalos have to say about this?
Actually, Neil also raised earlier was the observation of the Human Rights Watch that even with the change of power from President Duterte to President Marcos, the drug war continues and killings of suspected drug offenders are still happening. If you recall, Neil, in PNP records, 61 have so far been killed by state agents
Mm-hmm.
under Marcos drug war, but independent monitoring group that has says at least 175 drug-related killings in the country have been recorded since Marcos took office. Abalos said these groups can say what they want, but he
Mm-hmm.
noted that everyone knows how deeply rooted the problem of illegal drugs is in the country. It has been a menace that the government has been trying to solve for decades, according to Abalos. So he said that the recalibrated approach to the drug war under President Marcos and the developments in the
Mm-hmm.
internal narco purge within the PNP should be able to speak for itself.
There was also a suggestion bay in the past, if you can recall. It's from Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, who said the police force or the PNP should instead just file a case against individuals or officers who are identified to be linked to illegal drug trade. After all, it came from Secretary Abalos that, based on your report, it's just the estimate is just around 3 to 4% of the police force are involved in drug trade. So, what is Secretary Abalos's thoughts on this?
Mhm. Abalos said that if the five-man committee and the National Police Commission mount sufficient evidence to lodge a criminal case, then this can be pursued in court as mandated by the law. But to note, Neil, that if there's no enough evidence gathered by authorities, even if an officer is known to have ties to illegal drugs, Abalos said, and I quote, we should let them retire silently.
I'm sorry, you were cutting in and out on that last quote. He said what?
Yes, Abalos said, and again I quote, "We will let them retire silently."
Okay. Thanks, Bay. That's Beatrice Pinlac reporting live.